Anyway, let's talk a little bit about Jared. He's really bad at paying attention, so here's hoping he comes out on stage at some point. He's pretty snobby about his rescue dogs, and he had a crush on Joe from Facts of Life, which tracks. This is our final speaker of the night before our speed rounds. If, in fact, you are doing speed rounds, Allison and Kelly, please come backstage now. But yeah, up until you see the speed rounds, be prepared to be wowed by the artistry that is Jared Iwi. Thank you.
Hello, thank you for coming tonight. All right. Sometimes, something happens to you that's so momentous, you don't quite realize how awesome it is until I don't think there's music. Oh, here it is. Okay. Until it's fucking Van Halen. Now let me just introduce you to the group here. Alex Van Halen on drums. You got his brother here, keyboard and guitar, and then you have Mike with the mullet, who's doing bass. That was Sammy Hagar, who just screamed. I think they're cousins, actually. But this is the original Van Halen, just to show the cred to Van Halen fans. So there's Dave, Diamond Dave, the original singer in white, and then there was a riff, and they got Sammy Hagar, right? Everything's normal, right? They're still making hits. They had this song in 1986, Why Can't This Be Love? A global hit, except for New Zealand. They were like, nah, it's not love. But we didn't know how extraordinary this song was, this moment was, because the song was like camouflage and averageness. The song was actually the exact length of the average song in 1986 at 3 minutes, 45 seconds. But then, about 1 minute and 20 seconds in, something happens. So remarkable. It's almost like Sammy Hagar was sent from the future, like a brainy Terminator. Here you go. This is when he says it. What the fuck? What is that even? Is that gibberish or genius? I wasn't sure what kind of dark verbal sorcery was cast upon us. So I look back to me in 1986. I'm not savvy enough to know what's going on. I actually look kind of moist. I did get second place in the beef cook-off, but I wasn't the 80s alpha I needed. So I Googled, and I found him. Look at this guy. Oh, yeah. Yeah, some of you dated him. There was a consolation that he and I, in 1986, wore the same pants. And it made me believe, like, I know people like my buddy Sean, who practically invented the 80s. And I asked him, what were we thinking? And he spoke not. He just looked at me with those eyes under that beautiful blonde umbra and inspired me to reach out to more people. I got on the socials. I was like, send me who you were in 1986. And people did. Beautiful people. How many of you were her? Strong people. Look at this fashionable fellow, Leif. It looks like he invented the Brat Pack. I got so many pictures of people. Like this guy up here you're about to see. I don't even know him, but Twitter. The 80s is the only time where we left the house with our shoes untied and felt together. And this guy, Morgan, this little boy who's grown up now, but very scared by cameras apparently back then. His dad looks like the Playgirl Playmate of the decade. But that was the 80s. We were like rising confidence. Our hair lifting with how we felt. We were so stoked on our fashion. Our socks were at an all-time high. And as I'm looking at all these pictures, I'm like, wait a second, something's coming together. And then I got more 80s pictures. My brother-in-law looking like Anthony Michael Hall in real life. Tylon, a veritable 80s queen with the incredible hair like a sunrise coming out, magma launching into the sky. And this is when I'm like, oh my God, Sammy Hagar. I call my friend Tiff, and here she is in the 80s with so much hair she has to lean on her hand. But a modern day picture's upstanding, bright, smiling, beautiful citizen, and then it dawns on me. Van Halen, I don't know what they knew and when they knew it, but these people stood the test of time. Con, graceful, elegant, arch, turning his athletic ability into music. They stood the test of time, and the only thing that told us that they were able to do the time standing of the test was time itself. All my friends here standing the test of time. And I am but just a small pawn in Van Halen's game. Was David Lee Roth kicked out because Sammy Hagar was the prophet? I don't know. Maura and Ted looking over us. Don't you want them to be your parents or your friend or something? It's just there's warmth. These people, they know. They already know. Time already gave them a call and said, you did it. Because it's the only thing that can let us know. Sean, I think he's okay there, but stood the test of time. The only damn thing we know is that Van Halen was deeper than we ever thought. And then I realized this is a love song to you. You king and queen of gawking in the mirror. You standers of the test of time. Goddamn rock and roll kick, I almost ripped my pants. And that is my time. Good night.
Can you bring up the house lights for a second? I wanna have a really fun moment. Who here was not born in 1986? Show of hands. But it's like you were there thanks to this man, right? Yeah, all right. I just had to have that moment where we feel our age.
Sorry about the environment.
That tracks. So much Aquanet. I had like the blooming onion of bangs. So like the top was like curled back. And why did I bring my phone out? That was dumb. And then because that's what we do. And then the front was curled down, and then the sides were curled out, and then you just teased all of it. I took, no shit, 2 hours to do my bangs before school, in high school. I did nothing to the rest of my hair. Just this explosion of amazingness right here that always fell. Or it like went to one side. There was a thing about them.